My Talks Thursday number 4. Pretty exciting. Gonna get this one out late because, well, new quarter's been or getting all my finals done, been pretty tiring, but I'm ready to start working again. Playing some Peak today. Should be Peak, as the name implies. I'm just gonna try and have some fun, make this relaxing. I do have a couple notes down because I want to be able to talk I want to have more of an idea what I'm gonna talk about rather than just spouting what's off the top of my mind. Because I'm still gonna be talking like what's off the top of my mind, but at least I'm not gonna be spouting just random ideas and get sidetracked for a good, I don't know, 5 minutes. Or like each topic lasts 1 minute. Now just doing some regular peak today. I want to see if I can go a little fast, maybe hit like around a 30-ish minute time without dying. But since I haven't done this map before, might be a bit difficult. But we're gonna lock in and try and get it done. So I think I wanted to start things off today with talking about dreams. Like dreams of like what I'm gonna do in the future. But also dreams like oh, I'm so sleepy. And like, what do you think of? Because I've actually like, I don't know, I was watching a stream or I was reading something and it was like one of the most annoying things that people do is talk about their dreams. And I was like, that's annoying. I think the dreams that are like so weird and wacky are some of the most interesting things to hear. Or like even the ones that are more like straightforward are super interesting to hear. Because I don't know, it's kind of like a look into someone's psyche. And that's pretty interesting, at least to me. I mean, I started keeping a dream journal, which is pretty cool. Like, because I want to be able to remember it. And I think being able to remember dreams will allow me to see things in more of a like story-esque type of way, which will be helpful when I need to tell stories eventually in the future. I mean, I haven't had much going on, but it is the first. I haven't had much going on, but that's also kind of a fibbish kind of little thing because I just swapped over to second half of the semester for senior year, which it's already much better than first half because first half I had calculus, English, and then boom, 3 study halls, which that's not fun. I could tell you that it's not fun. Like, I'm sure it'd be different if it was like 2 hard classes and all study halls because I could leave early or something like that. But when it is 3 study halls in a row, it kind of just becomes completely mind-numbing. Like, you'll do work for a little bit, but when you really do work all those periods, all the time, no. So, like, midway through, if you're locked in, you're gonna lock out. So my best strategy for that was just like do a little bit each time, and usually that helped. Usually that was pretty good. But second semester has been really, really good. Now it's more, my schedule more looks like class, study hall, class, study hall, class, study hall. And that makes it just a lot easier to do anything I really want to, whether it's locking out work or just play my Switch because I don't have to like I know I have time in the future and I know by doing one thing I'm not going to get burnt out by the other. Plus, I don't have to take government and psychology anymore, which that is quite nice because those were pretty annoying classes. Now they've been replaced with global and gourmet and econ, my college level econ class, which that so far hasn't been bad because only half my class has been there, which you would think maybe there's still a decent amount of people, still a decent amount of kids in that class. No, there's only 3 kids in that class, and there's only 6 kids total when everybody's there. So not much, not many kids there, which is I think in part just the 6th period or like 7th period class has just a lot more people in it. Don't really know why, but I don't know. Everybody just decided to congregate there. I think it's 8. They have 8 students compared to our 6, which still not a big class, but a lot more than 6. And when half of our students are on a winter science academy trip or whatever the heck, just makes it a very small class where you got to try and limit yourself to how much can get done. But that's been a lot better because I'm a fan of the economy a lot more than I am a fan of the government or policies. Plus, I feel like actually doing work in that class is actually gonna it's more based on right now at least finding a job and like finding a way to get to that job through college. And that helps me a lot more than making a policy or making something that I could present to local government because I gotta be honest, I really don't care to like interact with my local government, especially when I'm going to Japan. Maybe when I'm living somewhere, I'll care a little bit more just so that like, the place I live in actually sees improvements. but even so, I'm not sure if I'll even make policies. I guess I'll know the process and how they're made. In psychology, I thought I was gonna like psychology because you hear all those like psychology YouTube shorts, so you feel like, oh, I'm an empath. I feel like everybody has this feeling. I'm an empath. I know the human spirit more. But like, I don't think I do. I don't got that empath type of spirit. Like, I went into that class, I'm like, this is boring, man. And so like the next part of that class is sociology, but I'm not taking it because like even though I've heard it's more interesting, I've also heard from a lot of people that there's so much more work and that it hasn't really been worth it. I don't know what this checkpoint flag does, but because it's a new item and well, actually I just haven't been able to use it because even though I play this, I have like 40 hours in this game, which I think is a lot more than an average person. I played it a lot in the beginning and then didn't play so much in recent times. But, you know, Peak is still one of my favorite, like, multiplayer games, especially because you can just play it alone and still have a good experience. But yeah, I've heard sociology is supposed to be better, but then the work, so much more. And it's like, I don't think they're really learning much at the moment right now. And I've heard some of my friends are planning on, like, might drop it if, like, nothing really happens because they're not really enjoying it. And I've also heard directly from from one of my friends that, like, good thing you're not in that class. So, you know, kind of makes me like, woof, made the right choice. But other than that, oh, yeah. I got Global and Gourmet 2, which basically that's our version of, like, a cooking class. Like a fancier cooking class. But it basically just details, like, different areas of the world where, like, food comes from. And, man, I took Global and Gourmet 1 last year. That class was, like, a little chaotic. It was, like, you had your, like, class clowns who would make jokes. This one is ridiculously chaotic. You got people yelling the entire time, and it is so much fun. And it's like, I don't think it affects their grades. I think they're fine. But it's like, it's such a fun class, and it's so much better than, like, what I was in previously. Plus, I have, like, most of my friends in there, which makes it all the better. But man, that's chaotic. And I've realized that, like, so basically you have to go from basic foods, global 1, technically you go global 2, and then do global 1, but you know, I went global 1, global 2. So you have that, and then you have, so in basic foods, I didn't do much. I basically just washed dishes while my friends did all the work, and you know, I just called it a day. In global 1, I tried to do the same thing, but there were like a few times where it's like, uh-oh, I can't do that anymore. I've been given a task that isn't measuring ingredients. I actually have to use pots and pans. What? And I got through it, and I think getting through that and just learning that, like, oh, this isn't so bad, kind of sparked me to just start cooking on my own. Because now I just cook on my own. I make, like, dishes I like. I saw a, like, noodle dish. No, it was a potato noodle dish where you make potato dough and then you boil it. Turns out it was gross. Did not like it at all. Ugh. Blah, blah, blah. But, like, it was still a fun thing to make. Like, learning to knead the dough. And actually, it was kind of cool because we were making noce, or those potato noodles from Italy, for our first, like, lab in... Oh, that was a poisonous berry. For our first lab in Global and Gourmet. You know, noce is potato noodles. I made potato noodles that were moche. I knew how to, like, make that dough so well. Kneaded it perfectly. But still, my dish did not turn out well. Nochi turned out good, though. I don't know, because when I started eating it, it was really salty, but then I like, tried someone else's, and it was like, they're not salty at all, so, like, when I put the salt in, did I just accidentally put it all in one place? Which I might have. I might have done that. I don't think I did, because I remember mixing it. I guess, because I put it in the teaspoon, flipped it down, and then maybe it got stuck to one thing. I think that's what happened, and I just got lucky and got the really salty one. But the rest of it was all really good. But after just yamming on about that, love the schedule way more than last period. Much more fun. Much more enjoyable. So back on to the things about dreams, because I realized I cut myself off talking about, like, my other topic. I have that dream journal, and so far I've only written down one... No. I've written down I've written down 2 dreams of, like, the 4 I've had. Because the first dream, really cool. Maybe I'll get into that some other time. When I have, like, I want to, like, fill out, like, maybe a month's worth of it, and then go through it and read them out. Maybe it'd be, like, a special. I've been keeping track of it, and it's, like, I think it's either me fixing my sleep schedule, or me writing down some of these dreams that's allowing me to remember them better. Because I just remembered the dream I had last... Well, I don't remember it now. I've written it down in my dream journal when I woke up, and now I don't remember it. I really should, but it's, like, it blinks my mind. Oh, I do remember it. but I've had this weird thing where it's like, I listen to like another person's dream. It's like, I feel like people have two types of dreams. Here's what I'm trying to get into. I feel like people have two types of dreams. It's either one that is like really based in reality, and it's like there are some weird events, but it's like mostly you know the people in the dreams. You're not doing something like you may be doing something odd to you, but it's like you could see people doing this action. Or it's completely, what are we doing here? What is this? That's a made up. That's something made up. How did this even get into my brain? And that's like the big dichotomy of dreams. Nah. Now I think now after explaining that, I think I sit in between because my dreams are like my dreams have people I know, but they always take the weirdest turns. Like I won't get into the dream journal dreams, but I will get into some previous dreams. Like I had this one dream where I was a really tiny guy, and I was in like a lab, and it was kind of like what's that shrunken down survival game? It was kind of like Grounded, and it was really weird because when I ran out, like we were stuck in a tree, but when I ran out, we were normal sized. But when I ran out, I was normal sized, and it was like, oh, well, how did that happen? But like when I ran out, there was a concert for some band, but the I don't know what happened midway through the band, but I think like some planes came down and they were like saw planes, and everybody started running away from like some giant saw monster, and that's all I can remember. And it's like, when did we get here? Like in that dream, I was surrounded by like my family and my friends, and like they were all part of the crew. So I think that's where like the realistic kind of approach comes from. But it's like, how did we get here to this topic in the dream? That's what my dreams are more like. So I guess there are three types. But like my other friends' dreams or my friends' dreams, one of them are super grounded and realistic. It's like, oh man, fun day out with friends. Oh man, it was a dream. So weird. And the other is like, I was hiding in a shed, and I heard on the news there were these two giant cyclops that were terrorizing the world, judging the world in God's image. And I was hiding until one of them specifically found me, broke my coverings, yet I ran. And when I looked directly into his eyes, he told me the will of God. And it's like, huh? What? You're dreaming this? What? And it's like, I don't know. He's got some crazy dreams. He's got some. How did we get here? Like, I swear, he's got to be on narcotics half the time when he falls asleep. Because there was one where he was, he had this dream where there was a giant yellow spider, and he had a dog, and he loved that dog. But then the giant yellow spider climbed in through his windows and ate the dog. And here in these dreams, it's like, huh? Huh? If they made your dreams a drug, we would not be in a fentanyl crisis. We'd be in a dream drug crisis, and it'd be much worse. But man, I love dreams, so I don't know how the stigma came about that like dreams are annoying, because I find them so fun to listen to. Like, even if they're grounded in reality, like just like, how did that person? Because usually, even if they're grounded in reality, they have like, oh man, I dreamt about this person, even though I never interact with them. I don't know why I had this dream, and they were doing this, even though I don't know if they do that. Or maybe you heard in passing, it's like, yeah, I think I heard maybe sense, or like I heard very little that they do this, but I don't think they did it to that level. No, no, no. All safe, all safe, all safe. All oof. Saved. Went back up pretty quickly. But it's like, oh, I heard this person does it, but I can confidently say they do not do it to that level. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I tried to climb up. Use so much of my extra stamina just to... Ridiculous. But even those dreams are interesting to hear, because I like how the human brain sorts through information. I hit it with my pinky toe! And these are poisonous. Everything's got to be poisonous around here, and I keep dying. But those dreams are interesting. So I don't know where the stigma that dreams are annoying to hear about came from. Because I, for one, love hearing about dreams, whether they're interesting or not. But on to the other meaning of dreams, as in like your goals or like something you want to achieve, something you want to be, somewhere you want to get to, something like that. It's still being a YouTuber, still being a streamer, still that hasn't changed. So the way I'm going to achieve that has kind of altered, is the best way I think to say, because I realized that I should probably lock in now, push myself as hard as I can, because when I go to Japan, or as I'm probably going to go to Japan for college, I'm going to be a lot more limited in what I can do. And I go to Japan, I figured out officially halfway through August. So that's all the time I have left. So I'm going to lock in, keep making content, keep making shorts, and try to see how big I can get. And I think there are going to be some strategies I employ to get there. And this goes two ways. There's the college method, and there's the method I can do now, which let's get into the method I can do now. I can make this. Okay, wow, this is something. This is, this does not match up. Whoa. Oh, I was in it? That's weird. That's real weird. But my plan is, for what I could do here, is basically, I need to lock in and do shorts every day. Short form content every day. And that's going to be really hard, if not for my... Well, let's get into the short form content every day. I can make them in, I think, roughly like an hour-ish, which seems long for a short. But I just recently learned how to make shorts that I'm pretty kind of proud of, because they've been gaining at least a little bit of traction. Like on YouTube, they're doing well. On other platforms, they're doing okay. So big plan is basically shorts every single day. Caveat, maybe not every single day, because that seems like really hard to do with the amount of content I make being more weekly content. I'm struggling to figure out how to make non-weekly content. Like, nah, I'm probably going to keep making the weekly content, but more figuring out how to like make a more formal video, which I think I'm actually going to try and dabble in. So without a lot of content, I think I'm going to try and do like work week daily uploads, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday uploads, and then take Friday and Saturday and Sunday as my break. No, don't. Oh my God, I barely touched it. I barely hit it. Where am I now? I better not be far down. I better not be far down. And the fog keeps rising. This has been one of my worst jungle runs ever, man. This is getting annoying. But basically, go all in on shorts. And shorts will segue into my next thing, which is I want to start streaming soon. Because even if I'm not getting much out of the streams, I think I'm going to stream for much longer than like at max an hour of recording. And I think it's just easier to create content out of streams. So I think with that, I'll be able to make a lot more content, which may push the shorts into being like daily, actually daily. So those are my two big game-changing plans for how I'm gonna work here. And I think I really want to try making something work while I'm here. I think if I can prove that I can actually make an income, even if it's not a lot, then I prove to myself and to my parents that this isn't like a just dream that would lead me to ruin. That's a good way to put it. I'm not touching them. I'm not touching them. I'm not touching them. And they just explode. Let's just check our hitboxes a little bit. Check our hitboxes, because like, oh, you're gonna explode? But that's the plan. If I even make like a little bit of money off of anything, it kind of shows that like maybe this can become something real rather than just dream led to ruin. But if that doesn't work out, then I'm going to college for this, because this is my dream and I wanted to make something happen. So if I can't make this work as just a independent little freelance thing, then I'm going to go to college for that, because one of the big majors I think I can go for is like media and communications, which should have a decent bit to do with like engagement, getting people to watch what you're doing, and like better editing techniques using After Effects, stuff like that. A Mesa, huh? But that's the goal. All right, that's the plan. I'll go for that, and I'll use that conjunction with classes. I think I'm gonna push myself really hard to find a way to keep making content in Japan if I end up going there, with the communications and media while I'm on that path for a degree, because I think it'll help me a lot. I also more concretely got my college plan down. Like, I'm looking into a lot more colleges that have good like media degrees, and I don't know if the prime time to apply has passed and I can't apply to them anymore, but I'm gonna check basically tomorrow to make sure that like if I can apply to some of these big ones, that I do. That if I can't apply to some of these big colleges that have something to do with media, then I will. Other than that, I've figured out basically what I want to do. I think a lot of what happened this week of like me not— oh my God, it's one right next to me. It's one right next to me. It's one right next to me. That's crazy. Spawned right next to me. As I was getting into a new topic, started saying things. The game was no way. Crazy. As I was saying, I feel like I don't think so much burnt out as just tired now that all these finals are done. Like, cause now that they're all done, like Monday I had to finish my physics final, and now that it's done, I passed it, and that's all I care about. I can kind of relax, and I think like I haven't gotten good sleep for like a month, and I think that's why I kind of stopped dreaming for a long time. And now that the finals are finally done, I can go back to like sleeping well. Not so much well, but it's like the stress on my mind doesn't like keep me awake until like once I get into bed, I'm just, and it's kind of been just like when I get home, I instantly sleep for like 14, 15, 12 hours. And so that hasn't been so great for the work, like when I get home. But for just like my mental state in the past few days, it's like I think I've been a lot better. I think it's done a lot more good for me. And time I right, so I'm climbing. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. You know that JoJo's meme? That's what I was referencing. Uh-oh. Sun's about to come out. That's not good. But I think the finals took so much out of me because it was like 2 weeks straight of like having to worry about finals. Either like, am I gonna take it on this day? Okay, now that I'm not taking it on this day, I have to study. Oh wait, I'm presenting my final for this day on this. And it's like, ooh, it was crazy. I think it took a lot out of me. So now my body's just kind of forcing me to get like the sleep I missed on for like a month. Because for the past few days, I've been sleeping 12 hours straight, which I don't think is that good. Like, I don't think people are meant to be sleeping 10 hours straight. 12 hours straight. 10 hours is fine, but like 12 hours? I think that's like sliding into slightly unhealthy territories. But I've also never been to like a sleep doctor, so I don't know if it's like maybe I do need just 12 hours a night. Maybe I'm a sleepy guy. And I just like forced my body not to get any sleep. But I'm kind of hoping, like, I think a little bit of water because my throat is getting oh no, oh no, my throat is getting dry and my character is getting burned. But if you're wondering what the green liquid is behind it, that's ice matcha that the ice melted and now it's kind of just green. Performative male type business. But yeah, my body has been like, you're finally done with everything. I can rest now and reclaim all the sleep you lost for like a month of not sleeping. And although that's nice, I kind of wish I could stay up a little bit. Because I would say I'm definitely the night owl type. I hate being awake in the morning because I wake up in the morning and I just feel groggy. And I work in the morning. It's like, ew, I hate how the morning feels. Really hate the morning vibes. And it's like, love night. I feel like I can get so much more done at night. I'm definitely more of a night owl type. And so being more of a night owl, I enjoy weekends so much more than the school days. Because of the school days, I have to wake up at 5:30, which like, and just go through the mornings, which I usually don't feel great during the mornings. I don't know why. It might just be because everything's so bright and, you know, like I'm a gamer, so don't go outside. I'm super pale, super duper pale. But I would say like I wake up in the morning and I kind of feel sick during the morning. And it's like I only start feeling better once it starts to turn into night. Ooh, this is a fun layout. Okay, I gotta climb over there. Other than that, though, nothing too much has happened this week other than like transfer. I guess a lot has happened this week. Transferring of like one class to another, finally being done with finals, sleeping all the time. And I think it's the sleeping all the time that's made it feel like this week is nothing. Because so much sleep feels like nothing ever gets done, which it kind of hasn't. You know, I'm hoping I can kind of push myself to work a lot harder this week. And if I can, then it'd be perfect to just get some videos out. Super Bowl's tomorrow, which I'm not a football fan, but I get to just hang out with friends, which I'm much more excited about. I'm just probably going to play games all day. Like play Switch. Probably cook up on a little bit of Smash, because, you know, legitimately the GOAT. Whenever I bring my Switch to school, you know, I'm playing Smash. Usually I'm playing it for like 2 hours a day with the study halls. Not using them for their intended purposes. Or I am using them for intended purposes, but it's just a video playing in the background. I'm sitting here. Question part yet? Not yet? I'm playing Luigi. I'm cameraing the hell out of this guy. And so it's like been putting in 2 hours a day. I've been getting pretty good, I'd say. To the point where I kind of want to join some online tournaments. Where I think if I join online tournaments, I'm going to go 0-2. I'm going to realize, ooh, maybe I'm not built for this. Or I go on crazy breakout run. It's like, wow, this guy's never played before, but he's going crazy. It's like, guess I'm just the GOAT at whatever I do. Other than that, that's just how my school days kind of look. You know, I'm hoping I can play some Smash tomorrow, cook up some people, cook up my friends, show them what a true gamer looks like. Now, I feel like this week has been a weird sense of like, I kind of talked serious with some people, but I also kind of, not really. I think I kind of just had the thought, like, whoa, what is that? Is that a mine shaft? I've never seen that before. You see that over there? Oh, we gotta go to it right now. The series, whatever the heck can wait. That looks sick. I don't care. I wanna. Can I climb through the rectum? We call this Daredevil's Esquire. No zero survival rate. Bro, I'm a cave diver. I'm a cave diver. I want to go down there immediately. Yeah, I gotta go see that. I gotta go see that. I've never seen a mine shaft in this game. Looks sick. Got cannon train launcher. There it is. There it is. There it is. I can loop around. I don't have to use the chain launcher. This is sick. I've actually never been in there. What if there's a secret item I didn't know about? Just do that. Gonna get me this time. Oh, where is it? Is it under? Oh, no. Whoa. Riddle with dynamite? This is so cool. I've never been in one of these. A suitcase? Is that it? I mean, it's still cool to see. I'm sure this is cooler when it's not on the outside of a mountain and you actually find it midway through. Because it's like, oh man, here's some cover, like, the obvious risk of dynamite. I'm sure it's sick, but that was still a cool find because I've never seen it. I just got jump scared by Peak. I did not think that would happen. Oh. Oh. I'm a little shaken up. But where do I go from here? What are we doing? What are we doing? We're gaining stamina at the very least. I have a plan. Luckily, this cactus is not an evil cactus. I can climb it. We just do a simple game plan of climb the evil cactus. Okay, nice. Love to see it. Okay, this land of touchable ground. And I can almost see the top. That'll be cool. Almost making it all the way through. I think it's becoming daytime again, which is a bit unfortunate. Maybe I got an umbrella here, though. No, and I need to drink. Cool to see, but I don't think I'm gonna... Actually, wait, come back. I think I could have maybe used it to make this climb a little easier. Because I'm kind of hungry, which makes me think I'm going to use some of my extra stamina. I only used a tiny bit, so it's fine. But honestly, back to the topic that I just got distracted for by the mine shaft I found. I've had a couple serious talks with friends, but it's like, I've kind of just been storing them, Like, just kind of just been listening to them. Not talking to them so much, not interpreting them as much. Just kind of like, they said this thing, and I was thinking that when they said this thing. Which I think is definitely a little rude. But I kind of realized that, like, I need to take a break for some people sometimes. It's like, in this day and age, it's a little hard to take a break from some people. And I think that's all what this has been culminating into. It's like last week was my break week, where I just didn't have to worry about much, aside from Monday, and I just kind of slept for a while. I didn't talk to many people, and I was just relaxed. Now, up on the peak, made it up here. Fire. Oh, dog. Now, it's either I leave this off for the night, or quickly get through Caldera and that, which I think I can. Basically, based on if I can get to the Caldera really quickly, I'll climb to the peak and say like, oh look at peak in one video, shows how goated I am. Then I'll just go to with the sauce. What do I got in here? Marshmallows. Okay, and those are all good. Those are all good for the climb at that end. Well, Pandora's box isn't really. That's kind of what I start saving up for at the end. Eggs. Feel hunger. Sometimes give you chicken. Didn't know that until I was playing with some people, and I got chicken randomly. I was like, whoa. I didn't know I could give you that. I haven't been able to play on that mushroom map much, because I just haven't been playing Peak. There. Couldn't talk there. But it looks really interesting, and the zombie's gonna freak me out. Not in like the creepy type of way, but like, ooh, I'm gonna have to run fast when I'm going up there. Don't want to get touched. You see, my plan wasn't to go this far, and so I've kind of run out of talking topics. Actually, I was thinking of one when I was in the bathroom right before this. It's like risk versus reward. Like, when's the proper time to do this risk? And I think the proper time is, yeah, I was just playing the game. I don't know how I transitioned from now is the proper time, but I was thinking more in my head of like, should I pursue this video creation thing fully as a career, or should I focus on something on something that's maybe more stable to get a job, because this is my passion, but can this really become something that sustains me in the future? Because there's so many chances where it just won't. But I do really want to become a streamer or a YouTuber. Something along the lines. I'm just gonna have to wait for this to come down. That's unfortunate.
Oh, while the lava rises, let me tell you some stories. Stories from my past. Not stories from my past.
But basically, I'm pretty good at coding. I don't think it's very hard. And the industry right now for like computer science majors, based on the jokes I've heard, but like I'm pretty sure other careers are like based on coding are doing pretty hot right now, especially because they're basically building the tools that'll take over the future. AI, which AI I used to be a big fan of, and then it kind of got AI got shoved into everything. It's kind of like, stop now. I don't, no more AI. Let's put AI into like cool things. Like let's put it into a Ring doorbell, and it's like so many times has the Ring doorbell going bing bing bong from just like a deer crossing the lawn, and it's like, what if we just throw in an AI into that and say like, hey, only spot or only give me a notification for things that are humans, not these animals or whatever, and we train it so that it's not like no Gen AI. I don't like Gen AI. No more of that. Don't need any more of that. Let's train AI to do what it was doing before we got all the chatbots. And it's like, fix this, like locate the human and only notify me about the humans, not the deers anymore. Like let's use it into some actual products that'll help out the world a lot more than the gigabillionth AI chatbot, an AI image generator that I'm not asking for. Because I, for one, I don't like AI art. Ugh. I don't like AI upscaling. Basically, the things. Oh, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? The rock is gonna turn all fiery. Man, that was awful luck. Awful luck. Maybe use like half my extra stamina, because that just went all ablaze. That's crazy. That's crazy, crazy, crazy. I don't like AI. Like the generative AI, make AI images. I don't like the AI upscale. I like the AI, and it's like, okay, it used to take me a whole 5 minutes to cut this thing out with, or get the mesh for this thing in Photoshop. But now with AI, I can now get it super quickly. Like, just, let's make AI just help us rather than replace us and replace what we think. That'd be a much better use for AI. Like, give me more tools that AI uses that you're not forcing at me. If I want to mesh out the thing myself because I know I'm good at it and I've seen the work AI does and it's like that's not up to my standards, don't make me use it. Don't mesh something out and they're gonna go, here's an AI suggestion for you. I don't care about the AI suggestion. I made it. So just stop forcing AI into everything. And if we are gonna have to deal with AI, let's make it do its job, which is as a tool rather than a companion, a artist, a music creator. Because I, for one, enjoy the human element of music much more than whatever AI slop it's putting out. Like, I like to know that a person put time and effort into making something rather than they just went into an AI and maybe for 30 minutes went, I'm changing this prompt up a little bit. But, oh man, it was so hard to make this because I changed the prompt from make beautiful, like, into make very pretty, like. I changed up the entire image. I changed it all up, and it was oh so hard. Oh so hard. You must believe me. You just must believe me. Like, to me, that's not human / real art. That's something else entirely. And I'd much rather we just go back into AI as a tool in the background. Generally, people didn't know about it. Can I beat this sub-hour? Maybe. Definitely possible. But that's my little rant about AI. I think I'm surrounded by a lot of people that push AI, but I'm also surrounded by a lot of people who equally understand that AI is a tool, which is good. I just wish companies would start pushing the AI tool market more than the AI Gen AI more. I'm a fan of the AI tool. I'm not a fan of the Gen AI. But back to my talk about risk versus reward, because like how this might eventually, how I wanted to fully focus into this as a career. It's like, though yeah, coding may lead to something better, coding is kind of boring. Like, it's kind of boring because I haven't done anything that like I actually get to see the product of. Like I've basically just made calculators, and like even for the AP classes, like I made a tower defense game that was like it was all right, but like it just qualified for the AP thingamajig. Like I want to start making my own things like that, like the thing that reads out Twitch messages now. Like once I make my own things, I think I'm gonna find coding much more interesting and much more fun. But for right now, it's kind of boring, and I don't really want to work with it. Like I don't want a job with it because I feel like it just becomes what I did for AP Computer Science again, just like taking classes or like doing forced things, making forced products. I don't really care about. I don't really care about. Plus, some stupid higher ups that I see AI can now make coding is probably gonna try to replace coders with AI, and then find out, ooh, that doesn't really work. Then we're gonna have a whole big thingamajig. So I'd much rather go into video creation as a job. Now, the thing is, I feel like if I study in college and get something for this, it goes down two paths. I can either get a formal job at like maybe a news edition company or just like a video company in general that does like stock or something like that. Like that's some of the job I can see myself going into. Or I become like a freelance editor for like other YouTubers, and I think that's the route I like to go down much more because it just sounds like doing other stuff for YouTubers sounds better than for a company. Because that's also the type of content I think I'd be better at making since I'm making it here now and I've watched it ever since I've been a 2-year-old running around with a little phone, little iPod actually. And to get back, include this in the risk versus reward thing. It's like the risk of not going into something that's like super concrete is like I want to have a job in the future, which that's not good. Especially with how my parents describe it. They're describing it like I don't have a job, I'll die within 3 days. I'm gonna go on the streets and be hungry. Like, I mean, I feel like my parents, my mom especially, have just been like full on doomer about like life after school. Like I was like I don't want a family, I don't want kids and all that. And so I'm like, I think personally I could live on just one salary and just like on that one salary I could buy the games I want, I could buy the systems I want, I could buy the parts I want, and I could invest in myself a little. But as I'm saying this to my mom, she's like, you're gonna find out, much more expensive than you think. Which I'm sure it's gonna be more expensive than I think, but I also don't think it's gonna be expensive to the point where I can't buy anything nice for myself and I'm just surviving. Okay, I see it. I see it. I see it. I see my line. I see my line. I wonder if there's someone else who looks at that and sees a whole different line. That's the cool thing about these games. It's like this probably if isn't the most effective line, but it's a line that's gonna get me to the top. That doesn't really help me out. Helps me out in higher sense, which I might start to grind up again. But they're also just kind of annoying, and I kind of just enjoy regular. Oh, why are we lagging? Why are we lagging? Don't lag, don't lag. No. I don't know how I'm gonna cut this down to something short. I want to take this out. You know what? I can use this here. Yeah, I could probably climb up that. Just have an easy time. But I can also just do this and just climb up here. It's all fun and games until I realize, oh, that didn't work. Now I have to climb all the way back down. But I think I am fine to just climb all the way back up here. Like, I've gotten pretty consistently good at just soloing the mountain and peak. And, you know, it's gotten pretty fun just, like, learning all, being able to see routes. Like I feel like this is pretty easy. I feel like the kiln used to be so much harder to get out of. But now I see, like, I'll just climb up there and get out. Like, the lava doesn't seem like it's anywhere near me yet. Easy game, question mark? No. But definitely, I think of the friend swap genre, Peak is the best. Very fun game with friends, and very fun game without. It doesn't rely on friends and the goofiness that they bring to be a good game. But they also, when friends are in the game, it makes it all the more better. Like, I'm still kind of pissed off about this moment, but when we were first trying to beat the game, me and my friends, one of my friends decided it'd be the very funny prank. We hadn't gotten past the tropics at this point. Very funny prank. We're sitting in the corner, it's like, oh man, I gotta save that guy. I have a medkit, I'm gonna go bring it down. So I'm holding up the medkit. He just finished eating a banana. Banana peel. I'm walking, and the only thing I see is and all I mutter is, damn it, Jaden. And he's laughing the entire time as I plummet to my death. And I think it screwed over our other friend too. It was, in the moment, like, kind of annoying. But looking back, I wish I had recorded it because it is such a funny clip. It is such a funny clip. And that's why I think Peak excels in this friend swap category. Are we almost out? Fully. Where? Oh, it's all the way over there. It's all the way over there. I gotta walk. I don't want to walk. I'm a fat turbo chud. Can I get it under an hour? I have about 2 minutes left. I've already gotten the beat it under an hour. Like, if that jungle was anything less than the worst jungle spawn I have probably ever done, then I think would have been fine, but would have definitely cleared it in under an hour. Probably would have been in like under 40 minutes. But because bink, 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 bink constantly by those little exploding spores, screwed me over. But here we go. I can just use my extra stamina. There's no reason not to. Okay, okay, okay. Charge ahead, full steam ahead. No, I can't use my extra stamina to sprint? No. Make it up, make it up, make it up. I had to use anything too. Like I used the bean sprout, but I don't think I would have had to. And I've already gotten that achievement, but there we go. I think beat in under an hour. Wow. For just a random run that I did tonight, I was only planning to do one run. A win is pretty nice, but I've also gotten pretty consistent on it. Honestly, I think pretty good video I made here. I remember first time beating this, I was like, oh no, do I have to grab the rope? Oh no, oh no, oh no. Don't ask me what my character's dressed up as. I couldn't tell you. Did we get under an hour? Should be 58, 52. Pretty cool. I think that'll have to call it because I'm really going to be pushing out content. Please, like I always say, like and subscribe, comment, help with the algorithm. And I think this was a great episode. Bit of a long episode, but nonetheless, a good episode. So, peace.